Greetings folks, and I hope you're all happy and healthy wherever you are in collecting land, and thanks for tuning in for another 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. So today we're going to be taking a deep dive into Present Toy's take on Anton Chigurh, aka Javier Bardem, from the 2007 Coen brothers movie No Country for Old Men, which is based on the Cormac McCarthy 2005 book of the same name. The review will take the normal format. It will be box, accessories, figure and finally showcase. But before we dive in, the usual round of shout outs and background. Firstly, to everyone who subscribed to and supported the channel, give yourselves a gold star and a pat on the back. Thank you very much. And please drop a like on the review so more people can find the channel. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the new stuff that's coming up on the channel. Trust me, there's a lot of it. There's plenty of it coming up, and we'll run through a brief roundup of what's coming up before we zip over to the showcase at the end. I would also at this point like to say a massive thank you to William Wang over at One Man's Hobby for sourcing me this figure. If it's anything 1/6 scale you're after, quarter scale action figures, statues, anything like that at all, check out his website. There will be a link in the description below. So background. I love the Coen brothers movies. They have a unique style and flair, and No Country for Old Men is no exception. It's the tale of an everyman played by Josh Brolin who happens across a large amount of money in the wake of a drug deal gone bad. But the standout for me in the movie is Javier Bardem's performance as the relentless, psychotic, conscience-free killer who pursues him. Imagine a Terminator with a really bad haircut and armed with an abattoir cow killer, and you're getting close to what's happening here. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend you seek it out. Bardem's chilling performance is worth the price of admission on its own, in my opinion. But that's enough of an old man's ramblings. Onto the box, and let's stop it from spinning, have a quick look at it. A bit unusual, this one, a bit different for Present Toys, possibly one of the smallest 6 scale figure boxes I've seen in a while. Yeah, made of a nice quality card here, not the usual size of a Present Toys box, a lot smaller, but yeah, high quality card as I mentioned. What you've got on the front here is a picture of Javier Bardem himself. It says Anton Chigurh in this red lettering. You've got some bullet holes here, Present Toys at the top, and in the background there is a steer skull, which is continued around the sides as well, where you've got Present Toys as well on both sides. Around the back, you've got this stylized picture of Anton himself with those steer antlers behind him, and it says No Country for Old Men in red there. And at the bottom, you've got all the usual warnings and credits. Don't piss this figure off, or it might decide your fate on the toss of a coin. Top and bottom just says Anton Chigurh, and that's your lot. So that's the box. So, yeah, brand new figure this, by the way, literally just arrived, gone straight in front of the camera. So, as always, a bit of a voyage of discovery for all of us, but we will do what we always do. Let's get those accessories out. Let's dive down onto the table and have a look at everything that comes with your Anton Chigurh figure. So here we are, down on the table, all the accessories are out. Let's have a quick look through them. We'll start with the hands, as we always do. There are 3 pairs of hands, 6 hands in total with this figure. There's an open palm pair on the figure itself, which we'll take a look at when we bring out, and you also get these 2 pairs of gripping hands for all the other accessories. Grab a couple at random here and take a quick look at what Present Toys have given us. Pretty much the usual story here with Present Toys. Nice sculpt. You've got some rending on the knuckles there on the paint applications. There's bone work and vein work in the backs of the hands there. There's an attempt at fingernails, perhaps not the best in the world, but they're there. And yeah, just overall, it's pretty much the quality that we've come to expect from Present Toys. Paint application's good, skin texturing's good. Not the best hands in the world, but most certainly not the worst hands I've ever seen by a country mile. And yeah, a wide variety of different gripping hands here. Let's do the strength test, and what we're looking at here is a medium to hard. So I don't think you've been needing a hairdryer or hot water to manipulate these. They've got some give to them, but yeah, overall, pretty good sculpt, pretty good paint application. So we're off to a good start there with Present Toys. So pop those to one side. What else do you get? Let's take a look at the stand. It's the normal Present Toys story here. It's the plastic oval base. Regulars to the channel will know they're not my favourite stands in the world, but it's good to see that Present Toys have put a sticker on this, at least to try and jazz it up a little bit. And what you've got here is that same sort of stylised image of Anton Chigurh that you get on the back of the box. It says "No Country for Old Men," and obviously those horns there as on top of his head as well. So yeah, pretty nicely done, and comes with a standard issue crotch grabber as always, which simply slots in there. So that's your stand. Pop that to one side. Let's take a look at his weapons. We'll start with the shotgun now. As viewers to my channel will know, I am no gun expert. However, I am trying to give myself an education, particularly around ones that appear in movies. And I know this is a Remington 1187 semi-automatic shotgun. Yeah, all one piece of sculpted plastic, not a vast amount of detail on here. You've got to remember that Present Toys are working to a price point. Yeah, it's still pretty good. You've got a little bit of dry brushing on there to pick out the details. There's some wood graining sculpted into the stock there at the back of the gun. There's a cocking action on here, which is nice to see, although no functioning trigger or anything like that. And you've also got the suppressor on the end there, which I believe was actually made by the Special Effects Armory team on the set of the film, because there wasn't such a thing as a suppressor that would fit a Remington 1187. So the Special Effects crew made one, and it looks like they made it out of a tin can, but it's very screen accurate. It's got those bolts on either side. It's got some nice metallic silver paint on there, with a slightly golder colour at either end. And yeah, overall, nice sculpt, nice paint applications, and screen accurate. So that's the shotgun. Let's take a look at this particular piece of equipment, shall we say. Now, people who've seen the film will know exactly what this is. For those of you who haven't seen the film, this is Anton's weapon of choice. Now, this is actually, I called it a cow killer at the top there, but to give it its full name, it's actually a captive bolt stunner, and it's used by people to stun and kill cattle. It fires, I believe this cylinder contains compressed air or some form of gas, and it drives a bolt out under extremely high pressure through this end here, and without upsetting too many people, it's used to the bolt is put to the head of the cow, and yeah, I won't go any further than that, but it can also be useful in removing door handles as well, as we see in the film. But yeah, it's Anton's preferred weapon, and I was really amazed when I actually took this out of the box. This is metal. It's all metal. It's got some real heft to it. Cold to the touch. Really solid. Now I don't even think this is hollow. It feels like it might be one solid piece of metal that they've used here. I think it's fantastic that Present Toys have used metal. However, I can't help but think it might have been better if they'd gone the plastic route, simply because the sheer weight of this thing might make it difficult for the figure to hold it. It might be a case of having it sat on the floor next to him, but as you can see here, it's not got a flat bottom to it, so getting it to balance upright is not the easiest thing in the world. But we'll have a quick once over with it, and yeah, you've got this, and I don't even know whether it's painted or not. I think this could possibly be the actual colour of the metal itself, but yeah, silver tube with this gold nozzle at the top, and then the handle there for releasing the pressure. Relatively simple, all metal, all straightforward. Nice paint applications on that gold section. You've got this rubber tube, this red rubber tube, and it's screen accurate with the colour. Looks like it's just been glued in at that end there, and then you've got the bolt section at the end there with the button on it. Now this is actually metal as well, so yeah, heavy too, and got those same silver paint applications on there. So yeah, really nice to see them going metal here, but as I said before, I'm not sure whether that is actually going to hinder this piece when it comes to posing, but we'll find out when we do the showcase at the end. So yeah, that is all the weapons, all the bits and pieces he comes with. Finally, you get two head sculpts with this particular piece. You've got a neutral head sculpt and a smiling head sculpt. Neutral head sculpt is on the figure. We'll take a look at that when we bring him out. But let's take a look at the smiling head sculpt. Now, I've got to say from the get-go here, I was a little dubious when I saw some of the early promotional photos of this piece. I was a little bit concerned about this smiling head sculpt, but now I've got it in hand, I think it is really, really good. I think Present Toys have done a fantastic job here. If you've not seen the film, then you probably won't get it, but it makes perfect sense in context of the film. This really creepy, really unnerving, slightly manic, psychotic smile that Javier Bardem gave the character, and it just really, really works. The paint applications are really good. The sculpt's really good. What I'll do actually, just at this point, I think might be a good idea, is to just bring in a photograph so you can get an idea of just how well Present Toys have done here. Yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty much. I'll try and get them side by side comparison almost. Yeah, I mean, is it 100% accurate? No, but it is very, very good at capturing that very, very creepy look that Anton has. So yeah, props to Present Toys here. Is it 100%? No, but is it 95%? Absolutely. Hair is really good. It's that really strange style that he has in the film. There's individual strands picked out in there. The paint applications are good. As I said, the skin texturing is really good on this, and the paint applications and the shading from that slightly redder Adam's apple to those two slightly darker portions of the neck at either side. There's a hint of a 5 o'clock shadow around that chin that's jutting out. The teeth are really, really well done. Eyes are nice and glassy and slightly narrow because of the sheer size of the grin on his face. You've got the sideys as well are all going on, and that sort of odd layered section in the hair, which is once again completely screen accurate. So I think this is a fantastic head sculpt from Present Toys here. As regulars to my channel will know, I am a bit of a Present Toys a fanboy. I love an awful lot of their work, and my wallet loves their price point, and I think they've done it again here. Considering the price point that they deliver figures at, this head sculpt belongs to a much more expensive, much higher end figure. Liking it a lot. So yeah, that is the grinning Anton head sculpt. So that's all your accessories. So without further ado, let's bring out the psychotic killer himself. Let's get him onto that stand, get him onto the turntable, and have an uncomfortably up close look at him. Okay, so here he is. It's Anton Chigurh himself, the creepy killer from No Country for Old Men. Straight out of the box, straight onto the stand, and straight onto the turntable. First impressions. Literally, this is the first time 5 minutes ago I've seen this figure. And first impressions are very, very good indeed. I think Present Toys have gone and done it again. They delivered an amazing figure at a fantastic price point. The proportions look pretty much on point to me. The outfit looks screen accurate. That head sculpt looks really, really good. Yeah, it looks like they've nailed it, but we'll do what we always do. We will have an up-close look at this guy, starting from the bottom and working our way up. So let's stop him from spinning and bring him closer into shot. Yeah, I have to say, and I know it's a cliche, that thing about it being better in hand than photographs and so on, but that's, you know, I'm going to stick to my guns and say I think that's the case here. I am a lot more impressed than I thought I was going to be honest with you, because personal experience of Present Toys, I do love them. I think they are fantastic. I think they produce some amazing figures at an amazing price point, but when they get it wrong, it can be a train wreck. But it doesn't look like we've got any train wrecking going on here today. But yeah, let's get him off this stand and take a closer look. So let's start at the bottom here. Boots, cowboy boots, brown, snakeskin, and absolutely on point, perfectly screen accurate. Could probably do with a little bit of dirtying up there, but the detailing is really nice, the sculpt is really nice, and the paint applications there with blacks and brown shading there is really, really good. Well, we'll lift these black pants up, and yeah, these boots go all the way up, so they are literally full cowboy boots. I'll try and get this up as far as I can without completely ruining the pants, but yeah, as you can see there, you've got full sculpted in details all the way up to just below, well, about halfway up the leg itself. So nicely done. No split cut boot design, if I can say it here. It feels like it's just pegged straight in, but there's plenty of lateral movement, and there's obviously there's a twist there as well at the knee and at the hip, which is useful. But no real forward or backward movement, just a small amount there. But yeah, no tread on the bottom or any particular details, but overall, yeah, apart from the fact they could probably do with a touch of weathering, I think they are on point and screen accurate. So moving up to the black pants, relatively simple, these pants. The outfit he wore was relatively simple in the film, but yeah, just plain black, quite high-waisted pants. And yeah, present toys have nailed it here. The fall is right. It feels like a good quality cotton that they've used here. Stitch work, if the camera's catching this in this light, is just bring this light a little bit closer here so you can see this. Yeah, stitch work is really, really good around the hem at the bottom there and up the seams at the side. As I say, it's slightly higher waisted, which is in keeping with the film itself. Around the back, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Yeah, you've got what feels like a pleather belt, brown pleather belt going around. These pockets are functional around the back, which is nice to see. But overall, yeah, colour's just black, so the colour's on point. Stitch work is good, and yeah, overall, nice fall, nice material. A thumbs up there for present toys. So moving up, that's the belt that we mentioned. You've got that brown pleather belt going on there. I'm not sure how long that'll last. Time will only tell. Moving up to the shirt now. Underneath, he's got this this brown shirt, and relatively simple again, but it looks like it's really well done here from Present Toys. The stitch work looks really, really nice. It looks like there are snaps underneath there, and I will try and get my hand. Yeah, you've got a snap fastening shirt there with the faux buttons on the front. The stitch work on the collar is done really, really well, and overall just looks really good. So the denim jacket, once again, nicely tailored, pretty screen accurate. There's a bit of discussion amongst film buffs about which particular jacket he wore during the filming of No Country for Old Men. So I can't tell you exactly which style of jacket this is supposed to be. There are several different opinions, but it looks relatively screen accurate to me. It's got this dark blue coloration. Stitch work is really nice. There's a little bit of a shine to it, which is screen accurate as well. It had a sort of new look to it in places in the film. The buttons, now I was a little put off by that. I thought the buttons were silver, and I've gone back and checked a lot of the stills from the film, and it's really difficult to tell actually whether they are silver or white. The size is just about right on these white buttons, but whether they're silver, whether they're white, I have to go back and revisit the film and double check. But yeah, still they look on point with the style of the jacket. It's great to see as well that they've used this sort of orange, this bronzy orange stitch work on the collar section here and on the inside of the of where the buttons would fasten. Because that is actually screen accurate as well. The fit is really, really nice. It fits him really well. Collar's screen accurate. The length of the arms is just right, absolutely right. Let's check the articulation while we're here. So we'll start with the knees. You've got a ratchet joint at the knee there. You can probably hear that, and that goes up to it feels like, yeah, it's a double jointed knee, so it'll go right the way up to the back there. Let's check the hips out. Yeah, you've got plenty of lateral movement there. I'm not going to push that too far because I don't want to rip in these pants, but you're not going for super dynamic poses with this figure. A lot of the time he was just simply stood there and scaring the living bejesus out of people. But yeah, that's pretty good articulation. Let's check the waist. Yeah, you've got a nice twist in the waist there. So as always with Present Toys, not a high-end body, but by no means a poor body, a good body overall. The elbows, they're ratcheted as well. How far are they going to go up? You're going to get to, there's a double bend there as well, so you're going to be able to get right up, virtually up to the shoulder there. It's great to see that there's double bends here. I mean, a lot more expensive figures that don't do this. But yeah, butterfly at at the shoulder area there, and yeah, a little bit stiff but it's straight out of the box. You've got a 90 degree out at the side, and it feels like this would do a 360, but I'm not going to try and do that simply because I don't want to damage the jacket. So yeah, shirt really well tailored, pants really well tailored, screen accuracy's there, jacket's on point. Yeah, just overall really, really good. So let's take a look at this, the second of these two head sculpts. I'll try and get him as close into camera as I can. Now, once again, I think they've absolutely nailed it with this. That is Javier Bardem all over. I don't know which of the two head sculpts I prefer, to be honest with you. I think they are both really, really good. As I said, at first I was a little bit dubious about this one, but I've really grown to love this one. I think it just captures the character really well, but this one is excellent as well. Same quality of sculpt, same quality of paint applications. That hair done in exactly the same way, really, really good. Nice glassy eyes. The creases in the face are on point. Eyebrows really well done. Just overall, really, really good head sculpt again. Fixed neck, obviously, so you've got a decent amount of motion in there, so you're going to be able to get a good up and down movement and a good lateral movement as well there. So yeah, not restricted by being a fixed neck. So yeah, there you have it. That is Anton Chigurh, aka Javier Bardem, courtesy of Present Toys. So let's get him back on the stand and going for final thoughts before we zip over to the showcase. Right, now, as I said before, this is literally the first time I've seen this figure, and just raise this camera up a little bit again and get him spinning for the final thoughts. I have got to say, and that's going to bug me actually, I'm going to have to alter this on camera. It's just sometimes when I put him in a neutral pose on the stand here, and it doesn't look natural. And I watched these videos back before I put them up on YouTube, and he's spinning there, and it's just, it plays to my OCD, and I'm going, why didn't you just put him into a little bit more of a natural pose? But yeah, there you go. Slightly more natural. But yeah, final thoughts on this guy. So, said at the top there, Present Toys, big fan, and I've got to say, I think they've done it again. I think they've knocked this one out of the park, particularly at this price point. I mean, the tailing is absolutely spot on. The screen accuracy is 95% there. Those head sculpts are 99% there. I think, yeah, for any fan of No Country for Old Men, any fan of Javier Bardem, this really is a bit of a no-brainer. Score out of 10 and niggles. If I had to pick, if I had to be really, really pedantic, and I'm going to bring another photo in here, actually I'm going to stop him from spinning so you can see this. And this is what did strike me out of the box, is if you actually look at his build there, and I'll bring him right in, and as you can see, I mean, for the movie, Javier Bardem had some weight on him, and he's thicker set in the film, and that shows in that photograph there. I would have been inclined to actually put some kind of, I'm going to say fat suit, but some kind of padding around the waist area here, just to give him that slightly thicker look. Because as you can see there, it's a little bit too slim in the waist there, so the proportions are a little bit off for me. But that would be one niggle. Any other niggles? Not really. I can't think of anything else. The articulation's on point. The clothes are pretty much on point, although that jacket in this particular photo does look darker. But it all depends on which photograph you look at and the lighting conditions. In some of the daylight shots, this one's at night. In some of the daylight shots, it looks this color. In some of the in the brighter sunlight shots, it even looks black. And then, obviously, at nighttime, looks even darker. It's getting that right right color for the jacket must have been a real pain in the nuts for Present Toys, but I think overall they've done a good job. Is it perfect? No, and that's going to be reflected in the score. I'm going to go, this is a tough one. Head sculpts would absolutely be a 9 and 9.5 for me, but we're reviewing the whole figure, so I'm going to go on the screen accuracy, the proportions. I'm going to give this an 8.5. Yeah, I'm going to go with 8.5. I think they could have padded it out a little bit more to make him a little bit more screen accurate, the proportions a little bit better, maybe a slightly more accurate coloration on that jacket, but and maybe from certain angles those head sculpts could be ever so slightly better, but I think 8.5 to a 9, depending on what mood I'm in. If it's a good day, I'm going to go 9. If I'm having a bad day, I'll give it an 8.5. But yeah, there you go. That is Present Toys take on Anton Chigurh, courtesy of No Country for Old Men, the Coen brothers movie. So what are your thoughts on this piece? Do you have it in your collection? What are your thoughts on the movie? Do you like the Coen brothers? Do you like this film? Do you like this character? Thoughts on Javier Bardem? Thoughts on anything at all? Please, nothing's off menu. Drop it in the comment section below. And as always, I hope this review's been useful for you. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is, before we get into wrapping the whole thing up in the showcase, what's coming up on the channel? Oh, God, a boatload of stuff. We've got Hot Toys stuff, caustic plastic stuff. We've got Susu toys. We've got Present Toys. We've got quarter scale. We've got 6 scale. I'm not going to go into everything because there is just a huge amount of stuff on the horizon. So please, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon so you're not missing anything. Also, as well, we'll be continuing our occasional series of videos where I torture myself for your amusement by taking 2 of my favourite figures or comparable collectibles, sticking them in the ring together and letting them duke it out to find out who the winner is and who the loser is. And unfortunately, the loser has to go. It's a lot of fun, it's super painful, and it's very strange. It's courtesy of Dean Knight, that one. But yeah, so stay tuned for more episodes of Don't Make Me Choose. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching. As always, take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and it's over to the showcase.